Today we are going to see about flip-flops. So the basic switching circuit is broadly divided into two types as we have seen in the previous class. One is combinational circuit and another one is sequential circuit. Okay, so a combination circuit depends only on the present input. Any prior input level have no effect on this present output. So we have seen that only the inputs, whatever inputs you are giving for a combination circuits will come as the output. We have seen in adder. So in adder, if you are using a combination circuit, what happens? The output of a full adder will be A XOR B XOR C. We have seen in the previous class. So it only depends upon the input what you are giving. If there is any prior input that is coming into the combination circuit, doesn't have any memory element, it won't come to the present output. Okay. So, but in a sequential circuit, it is a combination circuit also, but it consists of a memory element. So any prior input that is coming to this will have an effect, because due to this memory element, the data will also be accessed to it. Okay, so we have seen different combination circuits. They are adders. Adders are full adder and half adder, subtractor, same half subtractor and full subtractor, multiplexer, demultiplexer, encoders, decoders, comparator. Okay, we have seen different types of combination circuits in the previous section, and now in this sequential circuit, as it consists of a memory element, they are classified as flip-flops. In this, we have to understand the characteristics and excitation table of a flip-flop, how you can convert from one flip-flop to another flip-flops, different types of flip-flops, that all will come in this flip-flop. Then comes counters. They are classified as synchronous and asynchronous counter. Then comes shift registers, shift register counters, they are Johnson counter and ring counter. Okay, so these flip-flops, using these flip-flops, you are going for the counters and shift register counters. So what do you mean by flip-flop? Flipping from one state and flopping, or we can say it is either a 0 or 1 state. A flip-flop, in short, you can say it has a memory element. It is a memory element. As we said, has a memory element. So it stores only one bit of information. That is the main highlight. One bit of data or information. The data can be either a 0 or 1. One bit of data will be stored in if you want to store n bit of data, then you need n number of flip-flops. So store that data, because only the flip-flop will store one bit of data only. Okay, so these flip-flops, the main advantage or the important thing that you have to understand in a flip-flop, that the flip-flop will work only with the help of an external element that is called as the clock pulse. With the help of a clock pulse only, the flip-flops will be activated. If the flip-flop is having no clock pulses or unclocked flip-flop, flip-flop is called as latches. Unclocked flip-flop is called as latches. So if you want to function a flip-flop, your flip-flop should work with the help of a clock pulse. The clock pulse can be either of two types of triggering. Triggerings are used, that is level triggering and edge triggering. This edge triggering is also called as dynamic triggering. Okay, so level triggering or edge triggering. If your data, this is a clock pulse. A clock pulse consists of an high clock, positive clock pulse and a negative clock pulse. This is positive clock and this is negative clock pulse. Okay, positive clock and negative clock pulse. If the data varies from a 0, this is the 0th position and this is the first position, varies from 0 to 1. This is positive edge triggering, and it is vary from 1 to 0. 1 to 0, 0 to 1 and 1 to 0, this is negative triggering, negative edge triggering. And if the data is in a positive clock pulse, positive side of the clock pulse, this is the level triggering, positive level triggering. And if it is in a negative side, this is called the negative level. Okay, most probably we are using this edge triggering. That too we are using negative edge triggering because the positive edge triggering, before the data comes to the positive side, before that the triggering will start. So we are going for a negative edge triggering. For a negative edge triggering, the clock pulse, if you are giving a clock pulse, if you are using a positive clock pulse, then this will be your clock. There won't be any negative over here. This is positive clock. Okay, whatever trigger, if you have positive or negative triggering, this is positive clock pulse. And if you go on to a negative clock triggering, if you are going for negative, then there will be a note over here. This is the main thing. This is negative clock pulse. Okay, so this is, if you are calling a flip-flop, this is a flip-flop because it stores only one bit of data at a time. So this is it. You need an external device for getting this flip-flop activated, that is called as the clock pulse. Okay, now the flip-flops are classified into different types of flip-flop. They are SR, D, JK, master slave JK. This comes in JK flip-flop, so no need to differentiate this, but to understand only I am writing in a two type. And T flip-flop. SR is set reset flip-flop. It is also called as synchronous control unit input. Okay, D stands for data or delay. JK is also a set reset flip-flop. Master slave comes from a combination of JK and SR flip-flop. T is the toggle flip-flop. So there is a drawback using a JK flip-flop, that is race around. We will go through it. Race around condition. To avoid this only you are using a master slave JK flip-flop. So in basic, if they were asking how many different types of flip-flop, there are only 4 types of flip-flop: SR, D, JK and T. Master slave comes in JK flip-flop, so you are writing the output of master slave JK flip-flop as JK flip-flop. So no, there is no flip-flop like this. Master slave JK flip-flop, there is no flip-flop like this, but the output of this flip-flop will be used as a JK flip-flop. Okay. Now we are going through first flip-flop, SR flip-flop. As we have seen, it is a storage device. It's a 1-bit storage device. You're using a negative clock edge triggering over here, and it has two input S and R. As it is negative, it is given over here not. So it has two outputs. Always the flip-flops are having two outputs. One is the present state and the one is the opposite of that state, Q bar. Okay. Okay. And depending upon you can draw a flip-flop using NAND gate. This is the input of this SR flip-flop. What is inside the flip-flop? It consists of 4 NAND gates. Output of the Q will be the input of the second flip-flop. Okay. So always just understand Q is the present state. Whatever condition you are, what is the input you are giving, depending upon that, what output you are getting, that is the present state condition. And you can also form the next state condition, Qn plus 1. Okay. So the truth table. As I told you, it always depends upon the clock pulse. So clock is having an importance over there. Then comes the input S and R. Okay. Output Q. Q bar is always the opposite. If Q is 0, Q bar will be 1. If Q is 1, Q bar will be 0. So we can go, this is the present state, and we can go for the next state, Qn plus 1. If it is Q, this is Qn plus 1. Next state. Okay. In the initial state, if you are studying about this, then the conversions will be easy. Okay. SR clock. I told you, if the clock pulse is present, then only S and R, the flip-flop, will be activated. Otherwise, it won't be activated. So, if you don't have any clock pulse, if the clock pulse is 0, whatever input conditions you're giving to the S and R statement, the output won't work. Okay. If the clock pulse is high and the input is moving from 0, 0, and I told you the present state, there should be a present state over here. If the present state varies from 0 or 1, if both the condition, present state can be either 0 or 1. What happens is that the output depends upon the present state. It also remains as 0 and 1. Okay, that I will show you how it works in a diagram. Okay, this condition is, look, what is the present state, that is the same as the next state also. So you can say there is be no change. Okay. Then if the present clock is high and the statement varies from 0 to 1 and the present state is varying from either 0 or 1. Present state can always vary from 0. This can be very, I told you there is a memory over here. Sometimes the memory will be 0, present state will be 0. Sometimes it will be 1. Whatever condition happens, the output will remain 0. This is the reset state. Whatever condition happens, how the present state is changing. If it is changing from 0, first it is 0, the output will be 0. If it is changed to 1, the output again will come back to 0. That is the reset state. Next condition, 1, 0. Depending upon the present state, whatever happens, the output will always remain 1. That is the set state. Okay. And 1, 1 condition. Here, 1, 1 condition, whatever happens to the present state or to the present state, 0 or 1 condition, the output again will remain indeterminate. Here I will show what is indeterminate. Determinate state or invalid state. Okay. For that, okay. Look, everything is same. Only the difference in the truth table. If the present state is 0 and the next recent state is 1, 0, 1 condition. First I am showing the 0, 1 statement. So let the present state be 0, 0. This is the opposite state and let it be 1. Okay. Clock is always high, should be high, then only it will work. 0, 1 AND gate, it will be 0. Opposite of that NAND gate, it will be 1. 1, 1, this will be 1, this will be 0. Okay. So what happens? First you have to find the Q statement, present state. Okay, 1 is over here. 1, 1 will be 1, output will change to 0. Again, you are giving this 0 over here, 0, 0 will be 0, opposite will be 1. So what happens? The present state is 0. Okay, now I am changing this to 1. 0. So what happens? Again, 1, 0, this is 0. Okay, and that will be 1, 1, 0, 0, this also will be 1. Okay, so whatever happens, that's what we are saying, whatever happens to the present state, your next state should be in the set condition, reset condition, 0. Next statement. Now I am giving for the next statement. I am giving a 0, 1. 1, 0, 1. So, in some texts it will be given as x. X means that either 0 or 1. Okay. So, 1, 1, 0, output will be 1. 1, 0, 0, output 1, 0, 0, this is 1, this is 0, sorry. 1, 0, 0, this will be 1. Here, 1, 0. 1, 0 is 0, output will be changing from 0 to 1. Okay. And 1, 1, this 0, output will be changing to 0. So look, when you're giving 1, 0, 1, 0, the output will be in the set condition. Okay. Now, if I'm giving, now I'm showing you. Now we were in the previous, we were in the 1, 0 statement. Now I'm giving 0, 0 statement over here. 0, 0. I told you it is a not change statement. So what was happening in the previous, that will be remain as such when you're giving 0, 0. So 0, 0 statement, 0, 1. 0, 1 is 0. This will be 1. 1, 0, 0. This will be 1. Now 0, 1, 0, output will be 1. 1, 1, 0, output will be 0. So in whatever statement you were standing, and if you're going back to the 0, 0 statement, that statement will remain. For example, if you're giving 0, 1 statement and your output in the reset state, output is in the reset state, again when you're giving 0, 0, the output will be in that same state itself, reset state itself. If you're giving 1, 0 and you got a set statement, and again when you're giving 0, 0 statement, again it will transfer back to the set statement itself. It will be in the set statement itself. So that's why you're giving a no change condition over here. Okay, so whatever input you're having, whatever happens to your input or the present state, whatever is the present state, your next state will be always 0 in the 0, 1 statement, and in the 1, 0 statement it will be in the set statement. 1, 1 condition. See what happens in 1, 1 statement. I am wrapping is to not to make you in confusion. Okay, 1, 0, that will be the example. So 1, 1 statement. 1, 1 output is 0, sorry 1, this will be 0. 1, 1, this will be 1, NAND gate will be 0. Now 0, 0. this is 0, output will be 1. 1, 0, 0, output will be 1. I told you this is the opposite statement. If Q is 1, Q bar should be 0. Look, this was 0, 0, 0, 0. 0 into 0, 0. And NAND gate will be 1. 1 into 0, 0. NAND gate will be 1. So, if Q is 0, Q bar should be 1. If Q is 1, Q bar should be 0. But here, when you're giving two inputs in 1, 1 statement, your output is not changing from Q to Q bar. It also remains the same. Okay, that's why you're giving it as indeterminate state or invalid state. Okay, so in a nutshell, you can give this statement instead of this two present state and next state. You can give clock SR Q. If the clock pulse is 0, whatever happens to the input, nothing will happen to the. If you're giving Q bar, Q bar is the opposite state only. Q bar opposite. Qn plus 1 will be the next state. Okay. This will be X bar itself. If you're giving 0 over here, 1, 1 over here, 0. That's right. If the clock pulse is high, 0, 0 statement, you will get no change. That we have seen. If the clock is high, 0, 1 statement, it will always be in 0, that is set state. If the clock is high and 1, 0, you will give 1, that is, sorry, this is reset. This is set. And clock is high, 1, 1, indeterminate state. This is your nutshell truth table. Okay. Next, you're going for D flip-flop. Same circuit, same thing. You can work out it by yourself. Data or delay flip-flop. Most probably you're using it as a data flip-flop. So whatever data you're storing in a D flip-flop will be as such. The output will be as such. Okay. It won't change. Okay. Here, one more thing I have to show you. It is also we are giving a negative clock edge. So how the clock pulses vary? Timing diagram. So for that we are calling it as a timing diagram. If instead of indeterminate state, if you are writing invalid state also, that's correct. You know that it is not valid. Okay. So a clock pulse is there. We are going for 4 states. 2, 3, 4. Okay. And you are giving negative clock pulse. So this is positive and this is negative. So everything varies from the negative side. That's why I am giving like this. Okay. If S is 0, this is the low statement, this is high statement. So S will be having 0, 1. R also will be having 0, 1. Q will be having 0, 1. Q bar will be having also 0, 1. 0 is the low statement, 1 is the high statement. If S is 0, till here you are going, you are using negative statement. R is 0, Q will be, let Q will be in the high state. So Q will be high. You can write this as 0, 0, 1. No change, no. Example I am giving, let it be high. So if Q is 1, Q bar will be 0. Okay. Next condition, 0, 1 statement. 0, this will remain as such till the next timing. Q bar, R will be 1, 0, 1. Okay. Again, Q will be, what happens? If it was 0, 1 statement, it is also always 0. So, Q will be in the 0th position. 0. At that time, Q bar will be in the high position. Okay. Next, 1, 0. 1, 0, always high. So 1, this will be low. Okay. Clock 1, clock 2, clock 3, clock 4. In the fourth statement, 1 1 statement. This is 1 1 1 1 statement. This will be indeterminate. For the indeterminate, you can give like a star. Okay, hope you understand this, how to draw a timing diagram. Next, you're going for a data or delay flip-flop. So again, we are having, it has only a single input, D flip-flop, only single. SR means 2 inputs are there, S and R. Here, D flip-flop, only 1 input is there. So you're combining this SR flip-flop. So that what happens, you're knotting S and R. Your SR is knotted using a NOT gate to obtain a D flip-flop. And it has 2 outputs, Q and Q bar. A clock pulse is there. Always your clock pulse should point outside, okay? This is D flip-flop. Okay. Now coming to the truth table of it, and then same 4 input NAND gate you're using. With a negative edge triggered, and here you're knotting S and R to obtain a D flip-flop. The same diagram that we have drawn over there. Okay, the same diagram we have drawn again once again. The video got stopped in between. So I just want to show you one more time. So in a D flip-flop, D is data flip-flop. So whatever data you are storing in the D flip-flop will remain as such as the output. That is the main thing you have to know about a D flip-flop. So always data, you're calling it as data flip-flop. So what is happening in D, that will happen in the output itself. If you're storing a 0, 0 will be in the output. If you're storing a 1, 1 will be the output. So in the initial condition, whatever the clock is high, when you're giving 0 statement, and whatever changes you are coming for the present state, if the present state is 0 or 1, your output will always be 0, because your input is 0, so your output will be 0. Here, if you're giving a 1 1 statement, if you're giving 1 1 statement, whatever condition you're giving has a present state, 0 or 1, your output will always be 1. Okay. And in a nutshell, you can give it as, if the data is 0, present state will be 0. If Q bar is there, that will be 1, and this will be 0. Q bar is not that much important, but you have to understand the present state. So whatever data you're giving has the input, that depending upon the present state, either your present state is changing from 0 to 1 or 1 to 0, your output will always, your next state will always be the 0th state. Okay. Next, you are going for a JK flip-flop. Okay. JK flip-flop is same as SR flip-flop, but it consists of a feedback path. Same SR flip-flop. Instead of SR, you are giving H as a JK flip-flop. JK, Q, Q bar, and it consists of a feedback path. From data from Q bar, it goes to J. A feedback is there, and from Q, it goes to K. Okay, the same thing is acting over here. Again, you are drawing a 4 input NAND gate. Just want to understand the truth table. Q bar, from Q bar a data goes to J, that means J will be a 3 input NAND gate, and Q, from Q it goes to K. Same 4 input NAND boot that you are drawing from SR, D and JK. Only feedback part will be there. Truth table. Clock should always be high. JK, Q, Qn plus 1 state. Okay. If the clock is 0, nothing happens to the data. If clock is 1, if the present state, same truth table also, it is very easy to understand. If it is a 0-0 condition, whatever happens to the present state, your next state will be as such 0-1. So you are calling it as a no change statement. Okay. If your clock pulse is high and your data changes from 0-1, okay, depending upon the present state, whatever condition your present state is there, your output will always be in a reset state. And depending upon the clock pulse, your data changes from 1 to 0. Whatever present condition you are giving, your output remains the same in a set state. And here, when 1-1 condition is applied over here in this JK flip-flop, whatever input condition you are giving, your output will be toggling a number of times. Here, toggle condition. Output will be obtained. Toggle output. Toggle output means in a same clock pulse, the number of times the output will be changing from 0 to 1, 1 to 0, 0 to 1, 1 to 0, like that it will be changing. Okay. That means when J is equal to K is equal to 1, when both the inputs are high, what happens? You're giving a clock pulse, isn't it? You're giving a clock pulse over here. In the positive edge, from the positive edge, when you're giving this clock pulse, it starts from here. The output will be varying number of times. Here, when you whatever happens, you're giving a clock pulse, it will be a 0 statement. It will be in the 0th level. Here, when you're giving 1-0, it will be in the high statement. But here, it will go high, low, like that it will be go. So, what you can write, what you mean by this is called race run condition. What do you mean by race run condition means in a positive half of the clock pulse. Positive half of clock pulse, output will be, output of the JK flip-flop, that means Q will be toggling. Toggling means varying a number of times. 0, 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, like that. This condition, this happens in a positive, only you're giving a clock pulse over here. So this happens in a positive clock pulse. This condition is called race around condition. This is important. They will ask you what you mean by race around condition, how you can eliminate it. So this race around condition can be eliminated using master slave JK flip-flop. So in that master slave JK flip-flop, you are connecting a master flip-flop. That means a JK flip-flop with an SR flip-flop. So you are calling it as a master slave JK flip-flop. MSJK. It means that master slave. Same thing you are giving. Only the difference is that I will draw first J, K, Q, Q bar. This output will be going to the next SR flip-flop. Okay, you are connecting JK with SR flip-flop and you will be obtaining Q and Q bar. Q bar will be having a feedback, as JK is having a feedback. Q bar will be having a feedback to J and Q will be having a feedback to K. Okay, and here the clock is knotted and given to SR. Why we are giving like this means one more thing in between. If they are asking to draw, asking you to draw a positive clock trigger means just avoid this knot over here. This will be positive clock triggered, a positive edge triggered JK, master slave, T, D, whatever it is. If you are avoiding this knot, it will be positive. If you are putting a not over there, it will be negative. So don't get confused over there. Okay. Okay. Next, the same thing you can draw with using a NAND gate. First I will draw you and show. Okay. So this is a diagram of a JK, master slave JK flip-flop. You are drawing a JK flip-flop and a SR flip-flop and giving the feedback from SR flip-flop to J and K flip-flop. So this JK flip-flop will act as a master and SR will be acting as a slave. Okay. And here you can see this is the highlight thing. Everybody is making mistake over here. Here the clock pulse should be knotted. Either you can give a direct knot. If everything is in a NAND gate, you have to give a NAND gate over there. Not NAND gate. Okay. So here if you are giving a positive clock for this master flip-flop, the negative should pass to the slave flip-flop. So master is positive clock and slave is negative clock. Okay, clock pulse. So JK acts as a master flip-flop with a positive clock pulse and slave acts as a SR acts as a slave flip-flop with a negative clock pulse. What happens? All the truth table will be same. Okay, truth table, how it will be same? For the truth table, clock pulse is there, JK flip-flop. Here we are giving, instead of this JK truth table, you are writing this. You should know only the last position, no? So everything will be same. JK Q bar. I am giving Q bar over here instead of Q plus 1. Same thing over there. If clock is 0, nothing will be happening. If clock is 1, 0 0 condition, your present state will be and the next state will be in the no change state. If clock is 1, 0 1 condition, always your Q will be in the 0 statement, that is reset. Q bar will be 1. I am avoiding Q bar over here. Let it be. Otherwise you will get confused. Okay. 1 1 0 statement, always 1 set statement, and 1 1 1 condition. What happens is that in 0 0 condition, here there is one change over here only in JK flip-flop. In 0 1 condition, if the present state, I told you whatever condition you are getting no change. If it was 0 in the previous state, you will get 0 over here. If it was a set statement 1 over there, you will get 1 over here also. So that's why you called it as no change. So in this 0 0 condition, what data you got, what Q you got, your 1 1 condition will be Q bar. Okay, the opposite statement will be acting over here. അതായത് നമുക്ക് previously എന്ത് ഡേറ്റ ആണോ കിട്ടുന്നത് 0 0 കണ്ടീഷൻ എന്ത് ഡേറ്റ വന്നെന്നിരിക്കട്ടെ, ഒന്നെങ്കിൽ 0 ആകാം അല്ലെങ്കിൽ 1 ആകാം, എന്ത് ഡേറ്റ വന്നാലും അതിന്റെ ഓപ്പോസിറ്റ് ഡേറ്റയെ 1 1 കണ്ടീഷൻ വരും. അതുകൊണ്ടാണ് JK മാസ്റ്റർ സ്ലീവിന്റെ ഔട്ട്പുട്ടാണ് നമ്മൾ JKക്ക് എടുത്തെഴുതുന്നത്. അതെപ്പോഴും ഓർത്തോണം. മാസ്റ്റർ സ്ലീവ് എന്ന് പറയുന്നൊരു ഫ്ലിപ്പ് ഫ്ലോപ്പ് നമുക്കില്ല, JK ഫ്ലിപ്പ് ഫ്ലോപ്പേ ഉള്ളൂ. പക്ഷെ മാസ്റ്റർ സ്ലീവിന്റെ ഔട്ട്പുട്ടാണ്. അതിന്റെ അർത്ഥം ആ ഫ്ലിപ്പ് ഫ്ലോപ്പിനകത്ത് വർക്ക് ചെയ്യുന്നത് മാസ്റ്റർ സ്ലീവ് ആണ്. ഓക്കെ, so if it is Q, whatever data is over here, the opposite statement will be working. Okay, this again I will show you one timing diagram for making you understand, otherwise it will be tough for you. Okay, 4 statements are there. So 1 2, a high and a low, this till here, this is your 1 clock pulse, so giving 1, high to low 2, high to low 3, high to low 4, like this you are giving 4 clock. As I am giving a negative triggering over here, I am giving from negative means 1 to 0 statement, 0 to 1. If you are starting from 0 to 1, you can start from 0 to 1. Positive, which means don't give this not sign over here. That's only the difference. So negative triggering, I am giving negative. To understand the timing only, I am giving this dotted lines. Okay. Now I have J, K, Q and Q bar. So J, it has a 0 state and 1 state. K 0 1, Q 0 1, Q bar 0 1. If J in the first statement 0 0 condition, 0 0 0 0 statement, let Q be 1. So I am giving JK 0 0, Q is equal to 1 and Q bar is equal to 0. It is a no change statement, no? So instead of that no change statement, I am giving let it be 1. Okay. So here what happens? Q will be 1. Q bar will be 0. In next condition, 0 1 statement. 0 1 always Q will be 0. This will be 1. So 0 1 statement. This will remain as such 0 and this will be 1. Till this 1. Like that you can draw. Okay. Your always your Q output will be 0 and Q bar will be the opposite state, that will be 1. Next 1 0 1 0. Okay. 1 0 always the Q will be 1, output will be Q bar will be 0. 1 0. 1 1 condition. Look, 1 1 condition, you got Q has 1 here. So that's opposite will be over here. This will be 0 and Q bar will be 1. That's what I told you. In 0 0 statement, whatever no change is there. So what is the previous data that you are getting? That opposite should be in the 1 1 statement. So if I am getting 1 over here, the opposite should be 0. So 1 1. Okay. So as the initial condition it was 1. Now you have to go to the 0 statement. 0 1. Okay. Now I hope you got the timing diagram of JK flip-flop. Next, the last flip-flop, that is T flip-flop. So T flip-flop is nothing but shortening of JK flip-flop. You will get T flip-flop. So don't go for master slave. Just draw the T flip-flop directly. Shortening of T flip-flop. You have to short JK to form T. Okay. Here you can directly draw the NAND gate also. Here clock pulse, it should be shorted and given as one input T. Rest are same. This is a JK flip-flop, so the feedback will be there itself. Same JK flip-flop, only the input of JK should be shorted. Truth table. Here only one input. If you are giving 0, 0 will be given to the both. So clock pulse T Q Qn plus 1. If the clock is 0, nothing will be working. Clock is 1 and T is 0. T is 0. If output, whether it is 0 or 1, it will be let it be 1. Next state will be Q or Q bar, no? So 0 condition, it won't change, it won't toggle. So you can give it as 0 1, that means no change. In giving it as what is the present state, that will be acting. In 1 1 statement, when you are giving 1, whether the present state or present state varies from 0 to 1, what you got over here, the output will be over here, 1 0. Toggle condition, toggled output. So in nutshell, you can write it as clock T Q Q bar. So this is the truth table. 0, nothing will be working. 1, if it is 0, present state will be 0 or Q bar. If the present state is Q bar, either it can be 0, 1, 1, 0, whatever it is happening. One condition, it will be Q bar, Q. Opposite will be happening. Q ന്റെ ഓപ്പോസിറ്റ് ആയിരിക്കും ഇവിടെ, Q ബാറിന്റെ ഓപ്പോസിറ്റ് ആയിരിക്കും ഇവിടെ നടക്കുന്നത്. നമ്മൾ JK ഫ്ലിപ്പ് ഫ്ലോപ്പിന്റെ ഔട്ട്പുട്ട് 0 സ്റ്റേറ്റ്മെന്റും 1 കണ്ടീഷനും മാത്രമാണ് T ഫ്ലിപ്പ് ഫ്ലോപ്പിൽ നോക്കുന്നത്. ആ സമയത്ത് നമ്മൾ അവിടെ പറഞ്ഞു 0ക്ക് ഏത് സ്റ്റേറ്റ്മെന്റ് ആണോ കിട്ടുന്നത് 1 സ്റ്റേറ്റ്മെന്റിന് 0ക്ക് കിട്ടിയതിന്റെ ഓപ്പോസിറ്റ് കണ്ടീഷൻ കിട്ടണം എന്നാ പറഞ്ഞത്. അതേ സംഭവമാണ് നമ്മൾ ഇവിടെയും ചെക്ക് ചെയ്യുന്നത്. മനസ്സിലായോ? എന്ത് സ്റ്റേറ്റ്മെന്റ് ആണോ നമുക്ക് 0 കൊടുത്തപ്പോൾ രണ്ടിടത്തും JK ഫ്ലിപ്പ് ഫ്ലോപ്പിന്റെ അതേ സ്റ്റേറ്റ്മെന്റ് ആണ്. JK ഫ്ലിപ്പ് ഫ്ലോപ്പ് നമ്മൾ 0 കൊടുത്തപ്പോൾ 10 കിട്ടിയെന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ 1 കണ്ടീഷൻ എന്ത് ചെയ്തു? അതിന്റെ ഓപ്പോസിറ്റ് സ്റ്റേറ്റ്മെന്റ് കിട്ടണം. അത് മാത്രമാണ് നമ്മൾ T വെച്ച് ചെക്ക് ചെയ്യുന്നത്. അതുകൊണ്ടാണ് നമ്മൾ ഇതിനെ ടോഗിൾ കണ്ടീഷൻ ഔട്ട്പുട്ട് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്. നിങ്ങൾക്ക് കൊടുക്കാം either if it is let it be, if I am giving 0, T is equal to 0 and you getting 1 0 over here. So what happens? This will be 0 1. One condition, if you're giving one condition, it should be 0 1. Okay? Endilum doubt uണ്ടെങ്കിൽ, if you're having any doubt, just clear it. You can ask me and just clear it. Okay? Thank you.